Okay, so in this video we will add the bullet to our game. So if we open up the sprites folder, and as you can see right here, this is the bullet. So let's just drag and drop this right here, and we don't see it now. So let's change the layer to bullet, and let's just add the tag for the bullet. So right here we will add bullet, click on save, and let's add the next one for the enemy, and then for the gameplay canvas. Now click on this bullet again and take this bullet with the bullet tag. So as you can see, the bullet is too large for the gun, so we need to resize this. So let's just change the scale X right here to 0.2 and change this to 0.1, or let's just make it 2. So now it looks more good. Let's change it to 1, 1, 1. Okay, let's change it to 0.11 and then this one to 0.2, and now the bullet looks more good. And the next thing we will do is to add a circle collider to it. So search for circle collider. So as you can see, the circle collider is too big, so let's just change the radius to 0.1. Let us change it to 0.20, or let's just change it to 1.2 or 3. Yes, 1.3 will be better. Also check this is triggered as well, because when we hit the enemy with this bullet, then the enemy will die. Also let's just attach the rigid body 2D and set the gravity scale to 0, because we don't want the bullet to fall down. Now right here in the scripts folder we will add another folder by the name of prefabs, and inside this prefabs we will store all of our game elements, for example the bullet and the player and all of that. So let's just create the prefabs folder, and in the scripts folder let's add another folder by the name of bullet scripts, and now let's just open it, and in here we will create a new C# file by the name of bullet. Oh, and let me just delete this because the U capital. Let me create it again, bullet. So now let's just open up the bullet script. On this bullet script right here we will remove the start and update function, and now we will create some variables. So we will type serialized field, then the first variable will be the move speed, so type private float move speed and it will be equals to 17f. Then we will create another variable, so type serialized field, and then the next variable will be the damage amount, and the damage amount will be 35f. The next variable will be the move vector, and it will be equals to vector 3.0. Then the last variable will be the vector 3, and it will be by the name of temp scale. Now we need the private void update function, because in the update we need to pass some function which we will create on the bullet script. So the first function will be by the name of move bullet, so let's just first pass it in the update function. Now let's just simply, so let's just copy it, and right down below we will paste it and add a void in the start curly braces. And now in the move bullet we are simply going to take the move vector dot x, and it will be equals to the move speed multiplied by the time. So type time dot delta time, that's it. And now we will simply take the position, so the transform position, so we will type transform dot position and then plus equals to move vector. So now if we save this, and let's just assign the bullet script to the bullet. Okay, now save it. And now if we run the game, as you can see, the bullet went off like a rocket. So now this means that our bullet is moving. So now by this move bullet function, we are moving the bullets to the right side, but also the player will shoot on the left side as well, as you see in the introductory video. So we need to add a function for that. So when the user, or you can see the player, if he shoot on the right side, the bullet by default moves on the right side by this function. But for the left side, now we need to create a function for that. So after this move bullet, we will create a function by the name of set negative speed, and inside this function we will set the move speed to, we will multiply it and equal it by -1 f, and then what we will do, we will say, or we will equal the temp scale to the transform dot local scale, and then the temp scale dot x will be equals to minus temp scale dot x. So the bullet will move in the negative direction. Then after this we will say transform dot local scale, and this will be equals to the temp scale. So first we set the move speed to -1f, and then what we did, we said that the transform dot local scale will be equals to the temp scale, then the temp scale dot x will be equals to minus temp scale dot x, and then we assign the temp scale to the local form dot local scale. So in this way the bullet will move on the left side as well. So now after this we will create another function by the name of on trigger enter 2D, and in here we will pass a collider 2D by the name of collision, and then in here we will give damage to the enemy, but we can't do that for now. So for testing if the bullet move on the negative side or not, for now we will just do this. Right here I will type private void start, and in the start function we will call the function set negative speed. So now let's just test it if it works or not. The bullet should now move to the left side. So let's just play the game. Okay, now as you can see the bullet went to the left side. So it means that our bullet are now moving to the left and right side. So now we can simply remove this start from here, because we know that now our bullet is moved to the left side and this set negative speed function is working correctly.